Nah, must be the Donald Trump. How you doing, River? More money. Jesus, nigga, really? Of all the things you could have painted yourself, of all the things you could have been, Jesus, huh? I mean, you could have painted yourself as Lucifer, perhaps would have been good. Adolf Hitler, you know, perhaps would have been good. Harvey Weinstein would have been a good depiction of you. I think you two are one of a kind, but Jesus, dear God, I don't think Jesus looked like you. I don't think he had orange hair. I don't think he was as diabolical. Trump ain't shit compared to Jesus. Okay. Since you want to be Jesus, let them Hispanics go. How about that? And while you up here rounding them Hispanics up, they coming back. Them niggas ain't staying going long. Shit, the nigga that cut my yard, the one you took that used to cut my yard, he came back 2 days ago. Knocked on my door, happy as a motherfucker. They coming back. You can't keep them long. So I think maybe not Jesus, maybe Moses, maybe Pharaoh. Maybe you should have been Pharaoh. Let my people go. You know, Jesus, hell no. Trump, listen, let me tell you something. All right, hold on, Trump, hold a line. Reverend More Money, Gucci. Yes, I've been calling you. Thank you for calling me back, nigga. Delete that song. Hey, don't argue with me, Gucci. Just delete it, okay? It ain't good for your reputation. You can't go from Trap House 3 Gucci to I'm snitching on 3 niggas Gucci, okay? There's a lot of paperwork in there. I'm dealing with Trump bullshit. I can't deal with your bullshit at the same time. Delete the fucking song. Write another book. You know?
Mic check 1, 2. All right.
Is that better?
Yeah, they can hear us now.
Okay.
From what I thought I saw something going across on the settings, right?
Hello? Can you hear us? Please let us know if you can hear us. I appreciate you, Felicia Martin, Hakeem Moody.
Mic check 1, There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So you went to Peter Crump. You went to Dan Lee.
Peter Crump, Dan Lee.
Junior high school.
Yeah, I went to a private school. I got kicked out. Went to Floyd, and then I went to Capitol Heights. Capitol Heights, where I ended up being the most of my time in. That's where I graduated from. That's where kind of started. I ain't gonna say I started, but that's kind of what started the class clownish part. Capitol Heights. I wasn't really a school person. I went to school. I just never really cared about it. Not because I wasn't smart, just because I had ADHD. I couldn't sit still.
I had it too, bro.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Real talk. I think they just
self-diagnosed myself.
Me too. Ain't no doctor told me shit. I went in there. I just knew I couldn't sit still. And I was always in retrack, and even the teachers, like, it was crazy. I was a class clown. I got in trouble, but the black teachers loved me. Because even when I was going to retrack and stuff, I'm joking, they laughing, like, it was cool. I was a class clown for everybody, the whole school, especially in high school.
I love it. Now, what high school was that?
I went to Jeff Davis all 3 years. I went to Jeff Davis 10 through 12, graduated class 09.
So, but how you go from Capitol Heights to JD? Like, anybody from Montgomery know if you go to Capitol Heights, you're supposed to go to Lee.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. Of course, a big Northside person. My mom, my dad, my brothers, everybody went to Lee. My brother didn't graduate from Lee. He dropped out when he got his GD later. And I think my parents saw I was going down that same road at Capitol Heights, so they decided to take me from the norm and put me somewhere so I could graduate high school, which I think they made a great decision because I went from Capitol Heights trying to be a little gangster or whatever and went to JD and became a hoe. I started liking women. And the girls at JD, they were...
wait a minute.
For real, it was a shift.
Yeah. So you went for a different life.
Yeah.
You said it was a shift. My Lord.
But the girls at JD were smart though, so and they was all getting their school work. So if you really want to talk to them, you had to get your stuff done. So I got better in school at JD. I got better with my studies, man. I started making ABs, a couple C's here and there, you know, and I did better. And I kind of developed a ladies' man kind of character in high school.
Well, y'all know we kind of dating ourselves because people have fought for all of these years to change the name of Robert E. Lee and Jeff Davis High School.
Yeah.
Now it's
Percy Julian.
Percy Julian.
Percy Junior. What's that?
That's Lee, bro.
It's called Percy Junior. What nigga they named Percy? Who
It's a black man.
I know. Who is he though?
Bro, you finna get a counselor now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look him up.
I look him up.
See, because I made that comment on another show back during that time, and they came for me, said, "Learn your black history."
Listen, hey, don't come for me. They don't teach black history in public school system.
Right.
So I didn't. If I don't know, I don't know. Blame the public school system.
We should look up who Percy Julian is and Jag because we need to know our history.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie. Like if I'm giving people directions, drive past Lee, and I don't even try to call it Percy Julian.
Yeah, because of the history, man. What we grew up on. We got memories, real memories on them schools. Even Carver, like places, and Carver's still there, right? Carver's still Carver.
Yes, sir.
Carver.
Okay. And Lanier, they blew Lanier up.
Yeah, they done.
Lanier's done.
Did you ever think you see the day where Carver and Lanier had to go to school together?
Man,
no more West Side Classic.
Thought back then.
That's crazy.
Hey man, but it's just tell you the times where everything's changing, man. Life is changing. Our kids growing up in Montgomery are growing up under different circumstances than we grew up. It's just a lot. I even when I left high school, I graduated in 09. I think right after I left, Michelle Obama changed the school initiative as far as food. Yeah. So I used to enjoy school lunch. But my kids now, they be hungry when they come home from school. Yeah, like I don't know what they got in them schools, but
I have a summer camp, and you try to get the summer feeding program, like kids will not eat all day.
No doubt.
And you have some kids who parents bring them Chick-fil-A every day to camp, like.
Well, praise the Lord, they got it like that.
Yeah, that's them bougie kids.
But we used to live off that rectangle pizza.
Oh, I didn't really mess with the sausage pizza, but the pepperoni pizza.
I love both of them. I still want.
I used to smash.
I put one on my plate, put one on top of it, so you couldn't see it. They'll try to charge you $1.50 extra if you ain't got it. Nah, I just hide it perfectly on that other square.
And that taco salad.
Oh man. Ooh. I loved all of it. Even
it ain't the same.
The little salads, man. I used to love school lunch.
It ain't the same.
But by the time y'all were like in high school and stuff, you could buy like a Snickers ice cream bar in the lunchroom.
Yeah,
y'all can get.
We had Fruitopia.
Do a lot of different stuff. Yeah. Y'all ain't had that.
Nah,
When you graduated, 62?
It was just milk.
He had white milk and strawberry milk.
Yeah, we had that too in elementary.
Yeah.
By the time I got to high school, we had vending machine. I remember my senior year, I was a TA, a teacher's assistant. Shout out to Miss Jones. She passed a few years back, and Mrs. Stevens. They were English teachers. I would come to school late on purpose because I knew I had them. I just text them, say I'm on the run for the grab lunch. Mark me present, and they'll text me, stop and grab me a biscuit too, and that'd be cool. Yeah, I used to come to school past first period unless they needed me to do something. Get there for second period, take them late breakfast, and I'd be cool, man.
So, all right, let's go back to something you said earlier. You became a whore.
Yeah.
At JD, what was that? What was that transition like? What does that look like?
Let me tell you, man. Back at Capitol Heights and back then when I was going to school, there was a lot of ratchet girls. I was growing up with. So I didn't have I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I just didn't. It was easy to get a girl back then from where you at with the whoop. You didn't have to do too much, and they all had the little ponytails with the little rubber band on them. So it was cool. What was that? You know how the little ponytail? That's how long it was. Yeah, they'll struggle. It looked like they got a headache to put that ponytail in.
They pitch their head.
Yeah. So when I got to JD, these girls got silk presses and they bougie. They going to school like it was like, oh my God, a different caliber of female than what I was used to. Right. And so I fell in love, man. I promise you, by the time I got to high school, man, at JD, my 3 years there, bro, I went from dating girls at JD. I started talking to girls at BTW, Brute Tech, Lamp. It made me open up to a whole caliber of females. But that also led me to broaden my vocabulary. Because they ain't like, they ain't want, they
no dumb.
Yeah, they like the little hood person, but they didn't want a little dumb hood nigga. So yeah, so I had to say big words like, contraceptive. I can't think.
You graduated 09. When you graduated, Lee?
06.
Okay.
I pledged in 09.
Pledge what?
Well, I count.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Say something funny.
No, I ain't got nothing to it. I'm gonna tell you something. The only frat I ever got into it with was Kappas, and I'm gonna leave them alone because we cool now. And my best friend.
And some of my partners is Kappa, so I'm waiting on them to say the wrong thing, guys.
No, I ain't gonna do nothing. Shout out to all the Kappas out there, man. My best friend's a Kappa. See, but this particular incident, me and my partner, my best friend, we was at this female's house. It's like 2011, 2012, and she invited us over. We were there playing cards, we drinking, we having fun. My partner's a Kappa, but what I didn't know at the time that he was what they considered a paper Kappa.
Oh.
I ain't know, they treat this like real gang shit. Like, I ain't know. So another Kappa walk in the house, and we playing cards, and he start talking to my partner, because my partner got the keychain and everything. Like, oh, you a Kappa? When you players, da-da-da-da-da. And, man, it went from them talking to a big fight. And so we in that fight with like 4 Kappas, and it's me and him, and it's going back and forth. So I'm like, oh, man. I end up having one of my partners already on the way. So by the time he get there, the Kappa's coming outside, because we going outside, and they roo-rah, and my partner see it. He pulled out a gun, like, what's going on? Them niggas ran back inside, and the nigga came out like, man, we apologize. It's just, he's up here calling himself a Kappa, and he ain't no Kappa, and da-da-da. And it went crazy, man. And you know what? He calls me some girl that night, because I ain't even stay the night with the girl I was going over there with, so that pissed me off.
Wow.
But that's why I got to love,
that really speaks to a culture in our community, because you got a lot of people out here perpetrating, being in fraternities, but I think that's a totally separate situation from brothers considering someone paper and real.
Absolutely.
And, that was something I dealt with crossing over, because you have frat brothers and then you have friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so it looks like in that situation, frat didn't matter. This is my homeboy, and we about to go against his fraternity brother.
Man, they was up there doing like this on us. I'm talking about, I didn't know it was going to be a dance off or what. They came out there doing this, man. It was crazy. About 10 more Kappas came through. It was crazy. I didn't know what was going to happen. They have sticks and everything. But the thing about it is, my partner, his dad was a Kappa, so I think it was more of a legacy thing.
Yeah.
With how he went, he didn't have to get all the hazing and stuff. But it's crazy. His little brother was a Kappa too, but he learned from his older brother mistake, and he went the regular way. So it's all lessons to learn. I ain't pledged nothing.
Would you pledge a frat?
In college, I was close to going Q. I hung with a lot of Qs. I was tight with a lot of Qs. And I was this close to going Qs. Only one thing stopped me in college from going Q. And that was my grades. I didn't. I didn't
Stop you, Doc.
Yes, it stopped you. It didn't even let me come out the door. But yeah, so I never pledged. But if I was,
So why Q?
man, let me tell you something was crazy. I never knew much about the Alpha Sigmas. I know a lot of Kappas. I didn't like the Kappas because a lot of the Kappas I knew, I just, they was too bougie, stuck up. Qs, to me, were the ones that was cool. They was the best barbecues. Parties was the best. The women used to love them, and I love Deltas. Deltas used to be with them. So I felt like Q would have been and fit my personality more.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I would have went Q.
It's all about timing in the campus.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's always different. So let's get back to the origin of the comedian that you are today. When did you realize? What joke was it? What moment was it where you realized you weren't just funny, you were gifted?
I always thought that, though. It was crazy. As a kid, I always had a personality. I always had a big imagination. I was always a character. So I've always wanted to do something with entertainment. It was At first, it was acting. I always wanted to act. I wanted to be an actor. I think the older I got, I remember being 12 years old, and Kings of Comedy had just came out, and my pops bought it on DVD, and I snuck it and watched it. And watching Bernie Mac sit on Kings of Comedy, and man, that was when I knew I wanted to tell jokes for a living. And even in high school, I used to film myself when YouTube first came popular. I used to film myself doing little bits in high school, put them on YouTube. I don't even know where that stuff at now. It's probably lost in translation.
We need to find it. That would be good.
Man, I used to do a lot of it, but I think the exact moment that I knew that I had stepped into my purpose was the first time I got on stage originally, man. I had dropped out, I got kicked out of school, and I went to my dad and told him, I'm out for a semester already. I'm just going to try to do this, pursue this. And he set me up with this talent show in Roswell, Georgia. And I was 19 years old. I went out there, man, nervous as all get out. And I did 15 minutes. And it was all about my family, my life, stuff I had been coming up with for the weeks leading up to, and I rocked it. I'm talking about destroyed. When I got off, the lady, the owner, the man, he sent his assistant, the lady came to me and said, hey, can you do another 10 minutes? We're going to throw you back up in about an hour. I was like, yeah. I ain't had nothing to prize playing, but I went up there and I started freestyling. It was so crazy that the place was called Lunzel's. He afterwards, he hit me. He was like, hey, do you live in Georgia now? I said, I can't. And he was like, we do a jazz night every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll pay you $100 a night to host it for me. Bet. Went down the next week. Different crowd, number grown people, beautiful grown people in there, the music playing. He was like, 5 minutes, the DJ gonna call you up, get you a drink, go up there. I go up and bomb.
I was just about that.
I bombed. I'm 19 years old. I ain't got nothing for these grown people at the time. And I remember somebody in the front row looking at me and saying, yeah, this ain't for you, my dog. Just get off stage. Right. And I continued to do my stuff, but then I got off stage. The club owner gave me $20. He said, I appreciate you. You ain't got to come back tomorrow. And it was it was like, okay.
Lord.
But then that Sunday, my brother took me to Uptown Comedy Corner.
Sunday morning. Ooh.
My brother took me. It's in his spirit. But on Sunday, he rose. Hallelujah.
Yes,
I went to Uptown Comedy Corner. Shawty was hosting. Shout out to Shawty. And he said, hey, you going up first. And he threw me up, and they laughed. And I found my audience. And that's when the birth of who I was going to be really took off. And I never looked back since.
I love it.
It's important that you have those moments of failure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So many people are afraid to fail, or they take failure so personally, but
you can fail forward.
Yeah. Ooh. It's how you look at it. A lot of people look at failure as failure. I look at it as just school lessons. You know, you go to school, you go take a math test. You might not do good on it the first time, but then you go, you study, you come back again, and you got it. Everything that you do in life, with anything you want to do, and you want to be successful, you got to understand the lessons that you're going to get from failure. You got to understand the lessons you're going to get from falling. And it's not about quitting. It's just about, all right, what did I do wrong this time? Or what can I do better this time? Or simply, this was not for me. Yeah. This was not the journey I needed to go on. Had I went off and did great in Lunzel's and had that for the weekend, probably would have never went to Uptown that Sunday to try to redeem myself. Yeah. And I would have never met some of the friends I got to this day in comedy.
Man. And I want to speak to that because, and maybe you can give me some more insight on, like, your pathway through comedy. I have watched it throughout the years. and it seems to have been very well structured,
Yeah.
very intentional. I love to see you and JR, Hervey, rest in peace, Hervey, Owens, DJ George, all of y'all were like a crew, and y'all had your own special niche here in Montgomery. I don't recall seeing any group of comedians saying, hey, we're gonna develop this culture here in Montgomery. So take me back through that point in time in your life, and what was that like?
Yeah, man. Shout out to them boys, the Kings of the Gump. And then Long Live Hervey, of course. What we did was so special because it had not been done on that scale as far as comedy. Only time you really get a comedy show back then in Montgomery, Paul Davis will come bring Mike Epps here, you know, and then shout out to Paul Davis.
Shout out to bro.
Big influence on my earlier years too. He looked out for me a lot, got me a lot of good stuff. So big shout out to PD. But on a local level, there was not a comedy platform. And me, I was in Atlanta for 6 months before I came back to Montgomery. Coming back to Montgomery, there's no open mics, there's no platforms where you can go tell your jokes and stuff. So what we did was, okay, we want to throw a show, we got to throw it. And what me and JR would do, we would go find a venue. I think one of the first venues we ever did was my place when he was over the old Cracker Barrel. He had first came over there.
That Mama Nails, bro.
Mama Nail.
Mama Nails.
Will Parks, man. Shout out to Will Parks. Who was also very pivotal in the growth of what we did, man.
Very much so.
We'll throw shows there. What me and Jay do, we'll go get flyers and tickets, and we'll go hang out at the boardroom. We'll go to Applebee's on the weekend and just sit there having drinks and joke. And people would be around us, and they'd be like, "Man, y'all crazy." And we'd be like, "We're doing a comedy show. We'll hand out flyers. We'll hand out tickets." And initially, we was only breaking even. Like, we probably bring a couple of people in there, but I was bringing like comics from Atlanta that I knew to, hey, I give you $300 to come here, Atlanta. I give you $200 to come feature, and I'm bringing them and giving them hotels. So the mission was just to have a great show and to give us opportunity to practice our material. And we break even at first, and then after a while, breaking even came. Okay, we can go split a 6-pack. And after that, man, it just grew, and then the fan base grew, and then Real Baby Daddies came, and then George came around with us, and then Hervey came around, and what we did was so colossal. And by 2016, we sold out the Davis Theater with the Kings of the Gump show, with just the 4 of us, man, and Comedian Hollywood. Shout out to Comedian Hollywood out of Birmingham. And man, it was just one of those things that if you want it, you got to go for it. You got to grind and get it, because comedy was, I think the last time you seen comedy locally was The Last Dragon, and that was before I even started doing comedy.
Yeah.
So we wanted to bring that platform here without a comedy club, and Will Parks made that possible because a lot of our earlier stuff was done at my place in both locations.
So let's talk about this deep dive into the comedy industry. And we know a lot of people are stealing jokes or saying folks stole jokes, and things of that sort. You know, what is the fakest part of the comedy industry?
The fakest part of the comedy industry is the people that do it without the great intentions, without the heart for it. Okay. Comedy is a game you got to have heart for, because if you don't really love it, you're not gonna use it correctly. And when you stealing jokes, a lot of people like to say you stole this joke. That's part of the culture. People have been stealing jokes for a long time. And what I try to tell people is, if you're so worried about people stealing your jokes, stop doing low-hanging fruit. You do jokes that's so surface level that everybody's going to think of it.
Right.
Like a lot of people got a joke about women take hot showers. You know what I'm saying? And you might have a good bit, but then you go somewhere else and see somebody else saying the same thing. Be like, oh, they stole my joke. How? Y'all on 2 different places. But it's low-hanging fruit.
Low-hanging fruit. I like that.
It's something that you can easily turn a joke into. So if you want to step away from people stealing your stuff, I say make your jokes personal. Joke on your life, stuff you've been through, your experiences. Go travel, do stuff so where your stories can become stuff that can't nobody steal. Can't nobody take an experience from you. Everybody been stopped by the police and had this and this happen.
Right.
Ain't nobody can say, me and my wife went to Jamaica and this happened. You know what I'm saying? That's some real personal stuff. So keep it true to yourself.
Top 5 comedians, your Mount Rushmore. Give them to me.
My Mount Rushmore of comics. First and foremost, Bernie Mac. He's the one who led me to want to be.
He the LeBron?
No, he LeBron. No. Bernie is the Michael Jordan to me.
Whoa. So
Bernie's
Bernie's number 2?
Come through.
Bernie's number 1.
Come on.
Calm down.
Come through.
What's wrong with this man?
Help that old soldier.
I had to take my glasses off.
He's so old, he forgot about Michael Jordan.
Bernie, man. And I'm going to tell you why Bernie for me. What he did with the Kings of Comedy set, Bernie never had a special. But what he did with those 30 minutes on the Kings of Comedy, it's still talked about to this day. It still resonates to this day. And before Bernie even did that, before Bernie had a TV show, Bernie was a fan favorite amongst us. Bernie did Friday, Life, Players Club. While Sid, Steve, and Deal had national TV shows, Bernie had movies in the Black Hoods and How to Be a Player that he became a staple.
He's in the streets.
Yeah, and when Kings of Comedy hit, it let people know who exactly what he was.
Yeah.
And he was unapologetic with it. He didn't change himself. He talked about what he wanted to talk about. He kept his vernacular the same. That's why I love Bernie Mac. That's why he's my Michael Jordan. I don't care what you say about LeBron and all that other stuff.
Ain't nobody studying that.
Yeah.
All right. You don't know nobody.
like
Go
it.
ahead on.
Number
like it.
2 for me is Richard Pryor. Only because when I went back and studied Richard, I understood why Richard was the standard. Richard has so many specials, man, that were personal. He talked about himself a lot. He did what he did. Richard is exactly who he thinks he is. You know what? I'm not even going to do that. Richard and Eddie in a category all their own. We're not going to put them on my Mount Rushmore. 4 is Mount Rushmore. We're going to put Richard and Eddie somewhere as gods of comedy, what they've done.
Okay.
Bernie Mac, secondly, Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Only because not only is Dave, a lot of people get Dave hate because they say, oh, he don't tell jokes, but Dave makes you think about stuff, then turn around and make you laugh, then turn
Ain't
back
no
around.
low hanging fruit.
Right.
with
Yeah,
that.
ain't no low hanging fruit. Can't nobody take what he does. You know what I'm saying? And only he can do it. Dave is the only person in the world of comedy today that has counseled the cancel culture. Because
Right.
when he came through and talked about what he talked about, they tried to cancel him, but his fan base so strong. You can't cancel a man who people want to hear him say the stuff you're trying to cancel him for. So Dave is number 2. Mike Epps is number 3 for me.
Wow.
A lot of people hate on Mike Epps, but Mike Epps is one of the only comics that consistently has those quick jabs. Like whenever you see him, you're gonna die laughing. It's gonna be he's not gonna give you so much emotional storytelling, but he's gonna give you those riffs. And to me, that's important to have also. And if you can have that many consecutive stand-ups and it's all like that, then you deserve to be in the top conversation.
Yeah. I almost died laughing at a Mike Epps comedy show here.
Man, Mike Epps will
Yeah,
have you
choke
cry.
up, Doc.
Well, yeah.
Now, who's your hot take now, though?
As far
Who's
as
next up in your head?
me,
yourself.
man, what you talking about?
Besides
No.
yourself.
My favorite comic right now is somebody you probably never even heard of, but he's so funny, and I feel like once he breaks off of that, it's gonna happen. His name is Mario Torre. Okay. He lives in Atlanta. He's from Chattanooga, Tennessee. One of the funniest dudes. If you ever see him, you will immediately be drawn into his world. And he's gonna hold you. He's so funny. He's so charismatic. He's so smart. He's country though, so he's real country. He talks real country. But if you listen to him, he's so smart in what he says. He brings you back, and it's just one of the funniest people I've seen in a long time. So I really think that when God blesses him to woo woo, he's gonna go so far.
Well, I know you got something major coming up in the city of Montgomery.
I
So
do.
tell us what's happening.
June 12th, I am shooting my first special after 15 years. And for the last probably 6-7 years, people have been trying to get me to do this. Man, shoot a special. I'm like, nah, I ain't ready yet. I ain't ready yet. I want to wait to shoot my special, man. But year 15, I knew I was ready because in life, so much has happened to me over the last few years. I've been dealt with so much to where I had to solely depend only on comedy. I don't know if y'all ever been some, but I know you're artists. You dealt with art. Sometimes the only place you could fall into existence and get your head back straight is into your art.
Yeah.
And it was 2025 was a good and a long year for me, man. And it's had its highs, but it had a lot of lows and just a lot of different stuff leading up to it. And so when it came to it, it's like 15 years of stand-up is coming in March. You'll be doing comedy 15 years. And I was like, I want to do something. And originally, it was going to be me laying comedy to rest. That's how deep into depression and stuff. I ended up going to counseling last year. That's how deep I got into it. I was like, I'm going to quit comedy. I'm going to do a special, and that's going to be me saying I'm done. I'm quitting. I wash my hands with it. In the middle of me doing that, going through that stuff I was going through counseling, somebody came to me. I went to a comedy show one day just to get outside, had a drink, did a set, killed it, got off stage. Dude pulled me to the side. He said, hey, man, people talking about you. He said, whatever you do, keep doing it because you one of them and you up next. Like, people are talking about you in rooms that you don't even know about. Not knowing what I'm already contemplating in my head. And after he told me that, man, a couple months later, stuff that he was saying started coming to fruition. I was in rooms I didn't think I'd be in. I was getting calls from people I didn't think I'd get calls from. And it was like, okay, get yourself out this funk. Go to therapy. Do what you need to do. And now it's like 15 years now. I'm still in the beginning. I'm still in my prime. So when I release this special, now it's like after this, I'm throwing it to the world. Let the world see it who haven't seen me. Let them find out who I am. And then what comes after that is going to be colossal.
Wow. So tell us the date and
June 12th, we're at the Davis Theater, man. June 12th, tickets on sale right now at Eventbrite. Also, a couple ticket locations here. I have the Culture Barbershop on the Northern Boulevard, Edge to Edge Salon, Forest Avenue, Paradigm, downtown. They're also ticket locations. So you can go to all three of those spots and grab tickets if you're in the city. VIP is $40, general admission is $30. And what's crazy, this is why I love Montgomery. My tickets have been selling so good since I brought them out. I mean, I've been telling people it's not going to last to June. If you wait until June to get your tickets, you're probably going to be out of luck, because I have not had any show sell this fast with this many tickets. And it's the first time I'm doing the Davis on my own. Like, usually it's me, JR, George, and of course George, JR, and Hollywood on the show. They're opening for me that night, so it's gonna be a family affair. We're gonna have fun, and get the tickets, man. Get the tickets.
Hit them up.
I love it. So one of the things that, Doc, I have been finding myself watching more and more of is crowd work. Doc, it's like art that it seemed like it was lost, and now it's found again.
Facts.
You know, because D.L. Hughley used to work the mess out of a crowd.
Robin Harris.
Yeah, Doc. And
People talk down on crowd work now, though. Like that's
they
cheating.
are.
Well, they used to. It's becoming more normal now, because
Mojo.
Matt Rife, Nate Jackson, and now Mojo, also a beast. Mojo's one of them ones too. Shout out to Mojo Brooks. He's coming up. I haven't personally been to a show, and I've seen him personally. Me and him have been to shows. We kicked through and talked, but I haven't seen him do stand up in my front of my eyes. Every time we kick it is on the back end of stuff. But I've seen him online. I see his stuff, and one of my partners called me after he seen the show. He said, "Bro, Mojo is like that," and I can't wait to actually see him deliver. But he is definitely one of them up next.
Bro, no lie. When I first watched a Mojo crowd work, I thought about you.
And you know what?
I went straight to your page. I said, this boy's a fool.
And you know what's crazy, man? A lot of people told me starting off, because I was big on crowd work. I was good at I'm an actor. I'm an improver. That's what I'm good at. A lot of people's like, hey, you're not gonna go for that. It's crazy to watch what crowd work is becoming now, and based on what people would tell me back in the day, like I'm like, man, I was a genius back then. Right. Like, who knew it was gonna be though? But I will say this. Crowd work is great now because you can post it now,
right?
And you don't have to post your bits,
right?
So people can't steal your bits. Like a lot of people, when they want to post content, they post your bits, and now anybody can take. Oh, I'm gonna take that bit and learn from it. When your special come out, they know your bits.
Absolutely.
Posting your crowd work is safe, because you're posting something that shows you're funny. You're in that moment. You're getting the laughs, and they can still come see you at a show and not hear none of your jokes.
Wow, and it's dope because Nate had somebody with a camera. He like, somebody up there. He finds somebody. He's like, oh, Alicia, please. Like, so it's funny, man. And I know you got that ability. So are we gonna see into that in Montgomery?
Of course, I'm going to.
Which rows are safe? That's what I'm asking.
No row is safe. The nosebleed is about the safest part.
in the back.
The nosebleed is about the safest part, though. Now, I will say this though. I am going to rely heavily on my pen game in this special, because only people that know about my pen are the ones that know. Absolutely. If you don't know, you don't know. A lot of people know I can riff, and I'm gonna tell you, the riffing and crowd work come from doing comedy in Montgomery. Starting comedy in Montgomery and bars and clubs where people ain't used to come to this bar and club to hear jokes. You have to be a dog. You have to be relentless. You have to let them know in Bernie Mac's fashion. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Right. So coming from this world of having to go to the bar where you got so many people at the bar talking loud, watching the game, making them pay attention, you have to attack them. So that's where it came from.
DeAnthony, I want to say something. I told my mama last week that you were coming on the show. And she said, I like DeAnthony. And I told her you were having a show. And she was like, you think you can get him to stop cussing? This here.
I know.
And I was like, I said, Mama, that's kind of like a part of his profession, and you know he grown. Yeah, but people can do something different. So I wanted to just give you that message.
Hey, let me tell you, she ain't the only person that said it. Shout out to Jamila Phil, y'all. That's my dog. I've been working with Jamila for years. She's also helping me on the back end of this. And a lot of her fan base want to come to the show. A lot of people I've done play, like, Jamila plays are phenomenal. I've got a lot of fans off of her plays, but they're not used to this DeAnth.
Yeah.
So I was talking to them like, look, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to make you laugh regardless. I don't want you to come to this show and be in your head like, because guess what? My subject matter is top tier. My subject matter is going to resonate with people from ages 25 to 72. So I just want you to come have fun. I don't want you to come in here. I don't want you to come to the show with like something you don't want to hear with. I just want you to come free, mind clear, have fun, because trust me, I can entertain grown people and it's gonna happen. And I'm gonna cuss a little bit. I'm not gonna be, as raunchy, as filthy to the end. It's gonna start off. It's gonna be a roller coaster. It's gonna start off real slow, real smooth.
Stay on the ride.
And by the time we get to the climax of it, it's gonna be there. So
by the time that Brown,
by the time that Brown kick in, because I'm gonna probably have a little something on stage with me. By the time it kicks in, just be there. And I understand if you don't want to come. That's why I tell everybody, I'm going to be true to who DeAnthony is, to who my fan base wants me to be.
They go hear Cat Williams when he comes.
Right, Dave Chappelle, Mike Epps, Bernie Mac. A lot of people's favorite comics, Steve Harvey. If you ever seen a Steve Harvey bit, he cuss like crazy. But it is what it is, I want to stay true to my people, man. I want y'all to get exactly the DeAnthony you deserve.
Absolutely. I want to ask you something. So you're back in Atlanta. How long have you been back in Atlanta?
I've been in Atlanta 6 years. I moved beginning of February 2020, right before the pandemic happened.
Atlanta is that big ocean. A lot of people leave small cities like Montgomery and Birmingham, going to Atlanta, for a better opportunity. And I've noticed, at least on social media, it looks like that move
was great.
So tell me about that, living in Atlanta and doing your art.
It had its complications, especially with COVID happening. As soon as I moved there, like I quit the radio station and everything else to move to Atlanta, and within a month in Atlanta, the world shut down. So it was a challenge, but I reinvented myself. While the world was shut down, I wrote a script entitled Decisions, and I made it a limited series, 2 episodes. I wrote it, I shot it that summer 2020, and I put it on Prime. That was the first time I actually, and I lost my agent during the pandemic too. I had an agent, our People Store agency, during the pandemic. A lot of money, different stuff was going on. I lost my agency, which also led me to go ahead and do this. So I shot the film, which got me big into the film world of Atlanta. After shooting that, man, I ended up throwing my own show. Of course, I attacked the open mics hard. Going to the open mics, getting people to know who I am. I'm funny. Atlanta also helped me find a new thing that I couldn't have gotten in Montgomery, which was the fact that these people are here to listen. You ain't got to do too much. You ain't got to go so crazy. Right. So you can work your pen game on them.
Gotcha. Right.
And so I was able to sharpen a lot of my craft, man, and be different and throw shows. I threw 2 comedy shows in 2021. I threw my own play in 2023. I started rehearsing backstage 2022. Worked the Trap Museum, working with Grand Hustle. Like I was making the right connections. I just went down and beat the ground running. Won ATL's hottest comic twice since I've been there.
Awesome.
You've never been scared. That one thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I was about to go. We're hearing about the comedian side of you, but you got a couple more bags. I don't know if you got a little Duval in you.
Got a little Denzel.
But I do know you also are an actor.
Yeah.
And you do your thing. So what is it that you're working on now that might be outside of the comedian bag, but it's still in your bag?
Last year I wrote 2 projects. One was a series that's still being shopped, and the other was a film that is almost being picked up. The film is about 2 comics. It's called Fine Print. It's about 2 comics who have been killing the game, and they get served by the IRS. They haven't been paying taxes. I always find them, and they got 48 hours to come up with X amount of dollars, or they're gonna get,
My Lord.
So these comics have to figure a way for the next 48 hours to find a way to get this money, and it's just a journey about how they doing. It's a comedy. It's hilarious.
I love
the stuff they come up with, and in the end, they end up throwing a big comedy show. But it's so funny, man. The people attached to it. It's gonna be big. So I just got the call a few days ago that it's in the right hands. They're working the deal. So I'm excited about that. And also, I'm writing a new stage play. That I'm in the development stages of it. I'm not gonna finish it until I'm done with this special because it's taking up everything right now. But as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going straight into that because acting was my first love for theater, especially. I grew up in church theater, school theater, so acting is something that I can never shy away from. And because I like to write, I love to create, I'm always going to be on that side of it.
I like it.
Well, Reverend Mo Money, we like to thank you for coming on the show today, Reverend Mo Money.
Can Reverend Mo Money show up for a second?
Yeah, can he do the
Rev, are you
benediction
here?
real quick, Reverend Mo Money?
All right, let me tell you something. You don't summon Reverend Mo Money, okay? Not when you ain't got no women's, no liquor, no marijuana, no money on the table. Mo Money comes for 2-3 things only: a good time, or a real good time. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't offered now one, and then you ask for Reverend Mo Money.
Did you celebrate 420?
Did I sell? How you gonna ask me that in front of all these people? Like, let me tell you something. What I do in the comforts of my home and my good home, I do in the hell yeah, I celebrate 420.
That was good. See, you went right into that. We threw you in the fire.
Oh yeah, man. It's. Let me tell you, I'm scared of Mo Money sometimes because I could be on stage doing something else and people like, Mo Money coming out, and I'd be like, that's just a part of me. But yeah, man, I love it. It's fun. I'm happy that I want to step away from it a little bit more. Like people be wanting, like even when I get online now, growing my social media, I try to do more stuff as DeAnthony, and they be under the comments, where Mo Money at? He ain't got nothing to say about this. I'm like, nigga.
Man, you know what? Somebody, Carlton Humes, not Carlton Banks. For some reason, that dude is the funniest thing
funny,
on the internet to me.
That boy is funny.
And but when I wake up in the morning and he posts as himself, I scroll right past. Like when he's himself and just talking, hey, what's up, guys? I want to.
Don't nobody want to hear that.
Put that ponytail in your head and be bun, and I'm gonna laugh every time. So do you have to be careful of that? I remember Jamie Foxx. He had to pull away from being Wanda. You know, so sometimes those characters can kind of.
You don't want to box yourself, man. That's something I was heavily on even early on, which is the reason I stepped so far into playwriting and script writing and acting. I never wanted to box myself. And if you ever pay attention to a lot of films I do, I try to step away from comedy roles. Of course, the one I just wrote is comedy, but most of the stuff I got out, like Decisions on Prime. I got one called Fidelity that we put on YouTube earlier this year. Go check that out. It's a crime thriller. I step away from the comedy roles when it comes to acting so people can see the different side and what I can actually do on that realm. With social media though, man, Mo Money took my social media up. You know, I got almost 200K on Instagram, 100K on Facebook, 60K on Instagram, TikTok. I mean, so recently I've been doing this Hispanic character. Don't know if you've seen it. I do this Hispanic character, and I talk in the Hispanic accent. It's been going crazy. Mojo, Desi Banks, Carlos all reached out to me after the character dropped. It's like, this the one. And I love doing it, but I don't want to get caught in that one like I did Mo Money either. So I do a lot of other stuff, but I just want to throw a lot of stuff out, man. I want you to like it, don't like it, whatever, but I'm going to throw it at you.
What do you think about putting on a dress?
Let me tell you something. I'm not opposed to it. Because some of my favorites, you know, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, they've done well at it. I know who I am. I'm secure in my sexuality. I don't care what nobody say. But it's not going to be I'm doing it because I'm doing it. I would have to either like the script, the character, the money got to be right. And, you know, I'm not opposed to nothing as long as everything's done right. Everything is, I'm not going to kiss no man. I'm not going to do nothing like that. But I would play the character that I feel is fun. I would play a character that I feel resonates and something I feel like is going to be a good time.
I hate
a big mama then.
Yeah, I would, man.
I hate when people, you know, like I think entertainment is one of those fields that people they can kind of label
and limit.
Yeah, like if you do that,
it's gonna mess you up.
Right. Like I'll be honest. When I first did that Vance Law Firm 333 commercial. you had some people who looked at that as, oh, you
Really?
I got excited.
yeah.
I like that
I thought it was
commercial.
the start of Jingles 2000. I've been looking for it all my life.
You see, Mary J. Blige came out and said the people hated her for Chris Chicken.
That was a terrible commercial.
It was, but I seen it. I went and bought one of them crispy chicken sandwiches back then when it came out. But let me tell you something, man. Them people probably wrote Mary a big check.
I bet.
Right.
And that's what I say, man. If you ain't paying my bills, don't tell me what not to do.
Right.
I'm do what I want to do.
So how do you stay, because the crowd work is a good thing to see, especially after a season where keep my name out.
Right. Oh, man.
After that happened, how did that impact the comedy space when Chris Rock, the slap that was heard across
And
the
what
world?
would you have done?
Man, listen. First off, I love Will Smith. I was disappointed in Will because Will is somebody who portrays himself as a comedic actor.
Absolutely.
Even though he's not a stand-up comic, he's portrayed in that sense because of Fresh Prince, because of the movies. So to do that far as him, I felt like as a comic, he was disrespectful. That should have been something two black men should have handled outside, talked about it. Then you do it in front of all these white people. What we grew up knowing?
Yeah.
Don't show you. Something my growing you tell me, look, don't always show your ignorance.
But let me speak to, keep in mind, a couple years prior, Chris Rock went on and did a whole nother bit about Jada where he called her a bitch.
Oh.
And so what I'm telling you, you keep making my wife the butt of your jokes and you call her a bitch a year prior, and here you go again, you're going to make fun of a sickness and illness. I'm going to come slap shit out you.
Now,
I can see it
I
both
feel you.
ways.
Alopecia ain't no damn, you ain't gonna die from the alopecia. You just bald head.
Yeah.
My thing is though, Jada puts herself out there so much that in the world of comedy, if it's out there, it's out there.
It's out there.
You can't, comics, we gonna take stuff that's out there sometimes, especially when we're hosting a show where everybody knows who we're talking about.
Right.
Jada puts herself, her marriage, and she embarrass Will more than Will embarrass Will sometimes.
Absolutely.
Now I get it. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. But in that instance, when he called her G.I. Jane, it was funny. I didn't know she had alopecia.
Right.
So
Nobody did.
I didn't know until
Nobody did.
And you telling the whole world playing about it, I could see somebody going to slap you.
Yeah.
Like when you decide to play that close to the line, if that's the line, and you decide to go play up there, and you've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
So why Will laugh first though?
Right.
That's my thing. Why would she laugh?
Maybe he laughed, and then he
Trying to
looked
play
and
it
saw
off.
that his wife feelings was hurt.
Potentially. I just hate it because
This woman slept with your son's friend.
That ain't got nothing to do with it.
Protecting a woman who don't protect you, man. I believe in protecting black women, but I do believe in black women protecting black men. If I was to get up, well, I don't know. It depends on if my wife is mad at me or not. But I don't think she would have let me walk up there. If I would have got up, my wife would have said, "Hey, calm down, sit down."
Chill out, bro.
That's what you supposed to do in that situation as my wife, not make me go, because she laughed like hell when he slapped the shit out of Chris. Right. And it was like,
But there are boundaries when you doing comedy, and I think that comics should beware when you're doing that crowd work.
yeah, you got to know how to fight. I say that.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
do crowd work if you can't fight.
Mojo be calling folks chicks. I'm finna stop cursing. DeAnthony got me cursing on the show.
Yeah,
Lee and I don't curse. I know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you gonna get me in trouble. I hope my mama not watching today.
Text him.
I apologize.
Because he said the B word more than once.
He did.
We gonna edit this show after today. Gee, but
Comedy, man, you should not have to apologize for it. You should be able to back up what you say, though. If Will walked on stage and slapped me, that wouldn't have been the end of we would have been rumbling in that moment. And I would have saw the slap coming.
Yeah.
Like, if you reach out for me, I'm tackling you. And I know I probably can't whoop your big ass, but I'm going to take this mic hand, and as soon as you turn around, I'm going to,
And it's still,
because you got to stand for it. But I know Chris wanted to hold his own. I don't know. You can't slap shit out of me in front of white people and get away with it. But I can understand you being mad. But as a comic, comedy, You can't be sensitive, man, with comedy. You know what I'm saying? When the comics up there doing their thing, and you know you're a public figure, you and your wife are in the public eye, y'all put y'all business out there, a lot of people know what's going on, you cannot be mad about it. Now, if it's something that's been private, something that has not been talked about so much, when he called Jada Pinkett a bitch a couple years ago, Jada Pinkett said, we're going to boycott the Oscars. Chris said, ain't nobody ever called you to the Oscars in a long time, Jada. That shit was true. How we going to boycott something because Will ain't getting nominated for Concussion? That movie wasn't shit. I hated Concussion.
You my partner. You could have told that joke without calling her a bitch.
But look though. Like, I love your stance. Let's talk Drewski.
I love Drewski.
Let's talk. I heard his next victim is going to probably be J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I heard his next victim is gonna be J.D. Vance. You know, J.D. out here, he became a Catholic and he telling the Pope, "Be careful how you talk about theology."
That's crazy.
So how do you feel about this now portrayal of other races and I guess to the line?
It's not now though. White chicks, man. We forget Marlon and Sean dressed up as white women and white chicks.
Been doing it.
I'm gonna write a letter.
Drewski, comedy has changed now. Back in the day, if you wanted to deliver comedy, it was either on stage or in a movie. Now you have a social media platform where you don't have to do that to get the millions. People are making millions off of social media. Drewski's one of them. Yeah. He's not doing nothing no different than what they did. To me, it's funny. Now, if you can be funny and do it. Now, if you're doing it and it's not funny, just offensive, okay, then you're towing the line. I'm always towing the line if you're funny doing it.
Gotcha.
But if you're not funny doing it, it's not comedy no more. So as long as Drewski can make it funny, I ain't got a problem with it.
Well, the boy Logan Paul said that he was gonna do blackface.
Yeah, somebody gonna whoop his ass.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If he could do it and be funny, I ain't tripping. But if he do it, it just seems like he doing it for the hell of it.
If he's funny in blackface, that's not gonna fly. I guarantee you. Now you may have a special understanding. I don't care.
Logan Paul ain't no comedian, so that's why he shouldn't do it.
Right.
Logan Paul ain't no comedian.
I don't care if you're a comedian. You take that chance and do a blackface. That's not gonna go. What Carlos Miller tell him? He said, "Do it, do it."
Now what happens after is on you.
Yeah.
I don't recommend him do it. I tell you that. But if he do it, just deal with the consequences, man. That's all. When you do stuff in this game, you just got to deal with the consequences. If you can't deal with the consequences, don't do it. That goes for everybody. If you're telling your business, if you're telling jokes, in entertainment industry, whatever you do has consequences. There's a cause and effect. You throw a ball up, it's going to come back down. Be prepared to deal with whatever comes.
Man, I've seen Desi Banks. He's doing crowd work, and he picking on this couple, and he ended up calling the dude girl the B word. And you know, everybody laughing, but I'm like, whoa, like you with your girl, you supposed to be protecting her, and
he called her a B, and it's like,
you signed up for it. They was on the front row.
Yeah, but
I signed up for it. Mojo done it before.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you,
a lot of times.
If I pay $100 to come sit down in this front row just for you to disrespect my girl,
oh yeah,
like the whole thing could have been funny without the call.
And I think you got to know who you going to support.
Yeah. I don't think it's a disrespect from the comics side of it. But when we're working on the fly, some comics language is cursing. So we don't know her name, young lady, whatever. Sometimes that's cool. Bitch just comes out so naturally sometimes. Like, it's not because we're calling her a bitch. We don't know you. We know you're not a bitch. But if I'm asking you a question and you say some dumb shit, we're going to be like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? It's not what, it's how we saying it. You can tell the intent of a word. Like, some stuff is not malicious. My uncle used to say a long time ago, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. A motherfucker can come up here and call you a bitch and make you want to slap the shit out of him. But then somebody can call you a bitch and you make, I want to fuck him. You know what I'm saying? That's how certain women got.
Right.
It's just, I get your stance on it. Because I'm like, if you call my wife a bitch while we out, I'd probably whoop your ass too. But if I'm at a comedy show and the comic's going off and he's funny and he's saying some funny shit and we into it, and he be like, bitch, please. And it's funny, I'm not tripping. Because guess what? We're not in the world of comedy. We're not in the real world no more. The world of comedy is where we strip ourselves from whatever the fuck we going through to hear some stuff, to take our mind off the real shit. This comic's telling this joke. He's in a character right now. This is not how now if he calls you that backstage while we just talking, we got a problem. But while he's in the character of Desi Banks or Mojo Brooks or DeAnthony Turner or Bernie Mac or Martin Lawrence, when they're in that character on stage, they're true to that character. In their head, they're not thinking, don't call this lady a bitch, you don't know her. They're thinking, I'm funny, I'm in the moment, I'm riffing.
But you should.
You should think about it.
Yeah,
I don't think
just
so.
like look, you got Usher. You take your girl to go see Usher.
Yeah, he feeding the cherish.
We sit in the nosebleed. I ain't bringing my girl sitting no front. We gonna be up top like this. He can't see us from
No,
up
forget
there.
that. You're gonna go to the R&B tour.
Right, the Usher and Chris Brown concert.
Did you see Chris just kiss? What would you have done? We talking about calling you a bitch. I'll take you calling my wife a bitch than taking her on stage and tongue kissing her.
I would have loved for that.
And then she licked her lip. I would have shot the stadium up. Me personally. You ain't. Chris would have had to go. She would have had to go. Everybody got to go that day.
Lady Teacher go on stage with.
You don't have to have that conversation. But I know what I'm going to. You get what I'm saying?
You know what you're going to.
And it's the same thing
so
with
buy
comedy.
deeper tickets.
Normally, all I want to know is where is the safe section, so you don't get on me. You know what I'm saying?
Don't buy VIP. Don't want to talk
sit
about.
But here's the deal.
I don't want nobody to get
But
you.
let's just deal with it. Whether we get
Don't wear nothing ugly.
No, we can sit up front. She has to say no. When Usher brings the cherry,
She got to
What you
say
talking
no.
about Usher? I'm even talking comedy. All of it.
No, yeah. She got to say no.
Let's be specific to the Usher thing.
She do gotta say
We
no.
ain't got to sit in the nosebleeds. The proper thing is for her to say, "I'll pass," right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's what she supposed to say.
Yeah, somebody got to say yes for the show, though. Somebody got to say yes for the sake of the show.
If Beyonce,
but you gotta go.
If you at a concert with your wife and Beyonce try to bring you on stage with her, and you in the front, what you doing?
Punch Beyonce in her stomach.
The little girl coming out. Who, me?
Beyonce said, "Come on stage, you going?"
Unhand me, Beyonce.
I'm gonna look at my wife and say, "I'm sorry," and I'm going. I'm gonna tell her I'm sorry straight up, because whatever Beyonce want to do, we doing.
Jam and Sullivan too. But it's one of those things where the show has to go on. So I think you have to be cognizant of where you're going and what their rules are. I mean, Nate will tell you all the time, if you don't want me to get you, look away. The moment I look at you and you look at me, it's on.
We in there.
You can't look away no more. It's done.
And don't be here with your side
sitting up
piece.
there like this.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to get got.
So
learn the rules or don't sit in them places, man.
And a real comic, a good comic, can tell who does and does not want to be messed with. I can be on stage and start talking to somebody that I can tell when you don't want to be messed with, and I'll leave you alone. But if you open it up to me and we going, and then now you don't want to, it's over. It's
you gave me too much information.
I got a homeboy now that whenever Said the Entertainer is on the television screen, he gets upset because he went to see him in Denver, Colorado. And he said he wore this nice brown sweater. He thought it was hurting him. He come in, got his wife's nachos, and Said the Entertainer called it like a Charlie Brown sweater. And everybody go crazy.
Little Charlie Brown walking in here.
This 20, 30 years later, he don't walk with Said the Entertainer.
He still ain't feel it.
But everybody, I feel it, man.
Man, you got to be careful.
Comedy is comedy, though.
You gotta be careful. I love it though. You can be the butt of a joke, but it's a whole nother level of maturity when you can take it out, take it on the chin. So once again, I mean, you got this amazing show coming up. Where is the show at again?
For Davis Theater, June 12th, man.
It's a 1,000-seat auditorium.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get my tickets now.
It's gonna be fun, man. Definitely come out, and we. This is gonna be so special. First off, because T, when you come, holler at me, come backstage. We're gonna have some drink stuff backstage. Okay. You know how we doing. It's gonna be a family affair, man. Everybody I rock with, everybody I love, I want there. People who've seen me, people who haven't seen me, who maybe want to see what I'm about, only seen me online. There's a lot of people who don't know what my stand-up is like. There's a lot of people who only see Reverend More Money. I see my clips online and be like, oh, man, I would love to see this guy on stand-up, especially a lot of people on TikTok. Come get tickets. You get to see me for over an hour. You get to see me in full-fledged uniform as DeAnthony Turner.
Well, that's real quick. I want to do something low down.
It's about to get good.
I love JR. JR done came up here to the studio to help me out.
Yeah.
I love DJ George. He done came up here. Can you jank on them real quick? Just real quick.
First of all, JR don't need no more janking. He got a rough life already as it is. I don't want to put no more pressure on him. Jay, I get all work and then go fix people blinds, and he probably hung some shit up in here.
Oh yeah, you.
That man,
He a little Mexican.
he don't have time to do no jokes for real no more.
Some blinds.
Yeah, JR's a hard working man. If you ever look at his hands, they actually non-stop.
Yeah.
Like he got them rough hands.
He been laying sheetrock all day.
Yeah, and George is the opposite. George got the soft life now. George got a good house. I don't know where he getting money from, but he just sit up. His wife work. He don't do nothing but stay at home and clean the pool. And
George rich though, ain't he?
I guess I don't know. I remember before everybody died, everybody used to say, "How George get his money?" I said, "I don't know." And he said, "We're gonna find out how George get all his money." We used to go over there, man. But I'm proud of both of them. I ain't gonna do too much because those are my brothers, man. I've been knowing them over 15 years, 14, 15 years. I've been knowing both of them. We fought all of them. We fought, we fussed, and we got it out the mud together. Each of us are doing our own thing in our own caliber. And I said, when I do this, I gotta bring my boys on because honestly, man, I honestly feel like no comic can handle none of them, and when they own and they prime, if they funniest, they can go toe to toe with anybody. George, JR, Wood, Hervé, rest in peace. And when they in their prime, when they on point, they can go toe to toe with anybody. And that's who I want to open up for me because I want to come after some fire. I don't want
put some pressure on yourself.
I want to, man. I work better like that. I don't want to have to come after somebody who's up there playing. I want to come after somebody who's gonna make that room go crazy for me.
You gotta work. Well, DeAnt, man, we appreciate you coming on, bro. You came all the way from the A.
Yes, sir.
Man, y'all, please get your tickets. We gotta fill up the Davis Theater. I'm pulling up. Lee pulling up. I want to hear some cussing. We gonna laugh.
Mama, pull up, okay?
Yeah, we gonna live a balance.
We'll let you come in the back and eat some charcuterie and stuff when the cussing
Or
go.
Doovers.
I tried. Thank y'all for tuning in to this episode of Off the Cuff. We'll catch you next time.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
How long y'all usually do? 40 minutes, an hour?
Yeah, between 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.